Hello viewers. Hi, I'm Anna Khan and again I'm welcoming you back on our Balajee online classes. I hope you all are fine and safe at your home. My dear students, today I'm here to illustrate you your third chapter of English 2 of class 6, that is questions. When I say questions, what is the first thing strike in your mind? Again, it is a question. So yes, since we all have so many questions about each and everything, today we will be knowing what are the different type of questions. So without wasting any further time, let's get started. Students, in your textbook, it is given as there are three type of questions which we will be discussing throughout, and I will be trying to make you understand what are those three type of questions. So the very first given in your textbook is a yes-no question. It is a type of a question in which the answer could be either yes or no. So it is described as this only, that the questions whose answer could be either yes or no is known as a yes-no question. In these type of questions, there are not any particular other information which are need to be added to answer that particular question. For example, the first example I'm going to be reading out of your textbook, and that is, have you had lunch? क्या आपने खाना खा लिया? Yes. The answer to this particular question could be only yes. Yes would be sufficient for the person to know that you have had lunch, and also for you to tell that person without adding any other words. So these type of questions are basically known as yes-no questions. The next and very important type of questions are WH questions. What are WH questions? WH questions are basically those questions by which we get the information about when, what, where, whom, how. Like, these are the things which get involved in these type of questions. Whenever a question is asking about something or digging out information in terms of WH, it is known as a WH question. For example, where is Nitya's house? It is in Company Bagh. Right? Since we are living in Barabanki, I am giving you a general example. It is in Company Bagh, or it is at Chhaya branch. Like, whatever. Where is your school? It is at Chhaya branch. Like, when we are saying this, in this, I have to use a statement to answer this question. I have not used a single term, or I cannot use a single term to answer this particular question. So the questions which is digging out information and is just not can be answered in a yes or no are known as WH questions. The third very interesting type of questions are alternative questions. Now, what is an alternative question? Alternative questions are those questions in which the question itself has an alternative. Just assume, for example, would you like to have a tea or coffee? In this question, I myself has given you two options, that is tea or coffee, right? So the next example we can use from your textbook here is her name Ashwini or Anushka? See, in these questions, what is happening here is that in the question itself, there are two alternatives. So any question which is offering two alternatives in it are known as alternative questions. To make it more simpler for you, I'm going to be telling you this in a simple language also. So let's see how I may help you out. So starting from the beginning, yes no questions. Yes no questions वो questions होते हैं जिनका आंसर केवल yes और no के फॉर्म में दिया जा सकता है. तो इन questions को हम लोग कहते हैं yes and no questions. इसमें हमें कोई भी additional information को add on नहीं करना होता है इनको आंसर करने के लिए. Suppose, is your work done? Yes. क्या आपका काम हो गया? हाँ. इतना sufficient है इस particular statement को आंसर करने के लिए. नेक्स्ट हमारा आता है WH क्वेश्चंस. WH क्वेश्चंस आर दोस क्वेश्चंस जिसमें हम लोग पूछ रहे होते हैं या वो क्वेश्चन खुद पूछ रहा होता है सब्जेक्ट के बारे में, दैट व्हाट, व्हाई, व्हेन, वेयर, हुम एंड हाउ. कैसे हुआ या किसने किया या किसी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. हम एक पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट के बारे में अगर बात करते हैं तो हम लोगों को उस आंसर को एक प्रॉपर फॉर्म में देना होता है, और इसलिए these questions, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस को WH क्वेश्चंस कहते हैं. WH क्वेश्चंस इसको क्यों कहते हैं? बिकॉज इसमें 5 टाइप्स होते हैं W के, दैट आर what, why, when, where, and also you can say who. And H क्यों add on है? Because how. So these are WH questions. जब भी आपको किसी भी क्वेश्चन में इनमें से कोई भी वर्ड नजर आए, you have to make it out that it's a WH question. ऑल्टरनेटिव क्वेश्चंस क्या होते हैं? ऑल्टरनेटिव क्वेश्चंस आर दोज क्वेश्चंस जिसमें हम लोग खुद से 2 ऑप्शंस दे रहे होते हैं. लाइक जैसे मैंने पहले एग्जांपल दिया था, वुड यू लाइक टू हैव टी और कॉफी. इसमें क्या हुआ, मैंने खुद से ही आपको एक एग्जांपल दिया कि क्या आप चाय या कॉफी लेना पसंद करेंगे. तो इस कोई भी इस तरीके का एग्जांपल जिसमें आप खुद से 2 अल्टरनेटिव दे रहे हैं या आपको कोई अल्टरनेटिव दे रहा है या उसमें 2 चीजें हैं कंपेयर करने के लिए, दैट आर नोन एज अल्टरनेटिव क्वेश्चंस. सो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आई होप आपको ये चैप्टर समझ में आया होगा. आपको इसकी एक्सरसाइजेस पर मूव ऑन डायरेक्टली नहीं करना है. आपको सबसे पहले ट्राई करना है कि आप इस चैप्टर की थोरो रीडिंग करिए. यू मेक श्योर दैट यू रीड दिस चैप्टर ट्वाइस एंड थ्राइस एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड इट विद द हेल्प ऑफ दिस वीडियो. After that, you do your exercises on your own. For English particularly, I suggest this because the more you do, the more you will learn. So you try to utilize it, try to utilize your energy and brain and try to solve it on your own. And then you go to School Mitra for the notes of this particular chapter. What you can do from there is, then you can just compare whether how much you have, whatever you have solved is correct or not. See, this is a kind of a brain exercise and it will really help you to understand grammar. So you do that, and after that if you have like around 8 correct, wow, it's wonderful. Similarly, you can just proceed, or if you are not getting much, you will be able to understand it. So my students, you can just download the notes from School Mitra app, and if in case you feel like you have not understood anything, kindly get back to us. Thank you.